Hello everyone, we are starting our Tech Talk. Today our Tech Talk topic is turning paths of bugs, and our speaker, Mulder Askar, will tell you about bugs, types of bugs, mystical bugs, and in the end of our Tech Talk, we will answer for all your questions. You can write them in the chat. We have now live translation, and then we will ask for answer for all these questions. Okay, let's start. I'm giving microphone for you, Mulder.
Hello everyone, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I think we can start. Today our topic is Thorny of bugs. And let to introduce myself. My name is Mulder and I am a software testing engineer in EPAM. I have experience in testing for more than 2 years and I'm a testing engineer with background in project management, data science and web development. And I'm 4 months at EPAM. It's all about me. And today our agenda is we briefly talk about history and why Earth called it back. And after we discuss problems of bugs and how the bugs affect the business. And third, we discuss about life cycle of bugs, how we slow bugs, and why we should fix the bugs, types of bugs, and so on, so forth. And last topic hour is how to track effect of bugs and why we need use metrics. Okay, in first we briefly talk about history of bugs. In the picture you can view Grace Hooper and her diary. Um, And what in 1947, a Garver team worked with a Mark II in the second picture, and they have a error, and they didn't understand what's the problem. And for understand what the problem is, here colleagues at Harvard open up some hardware to try and discover what was causing errors in the computer. They were surprised to find insect trapped in a relay. They literally had to debug the machine to fix the problem, and the infamous mouse was developed into Hooper's diary. And in the diary, you can view word like first actual case of bug being found. After him, all of the bugs in software we call it in IT sphere bug is just jargon, slang, it's another word for defects. Okay, it's all about history. And now I think we need to talk about how the bug affects the business. And after it, you can understand we need to fix it. We have in the picture you can view three situations. Before it, I want to tell you about statistic. According to the concern for information software quality, poor software quality cost USA companies $2 trillion in 2020. It's a big money. And the three examples for you. um, first case about bug in booking.com is a famous system for booking hostels and planning travels and so forth. um, Booking have a bug like with a new feature in release, and its feature about no card with no without card data booking hotels. When the feature was released, they have a bugs with when the user wanna uh, book the hostel. They asked the date of the card, but when user wanna fill the data, um, system disabled it, and its bug was in production 20 minutes. After the situation, analytics of booking.com costed this bug $1 million in 20 minutes. Okay, second case is about Compound. Compound is a blockchain platform that mistakenly sent out $90 million crypto to users. Due to a bug, the site transferred 200, 280,000 COM tokens to users. After when announced the bug, founder founder of the blockchain platform asked the luckiest refuse the crypto for refuse the crypto. And third situation about popular planner tool Notion. I usually use it example Notion, and I love Notion. They have bugs with the promo codes. The representative, the companies could apply the received promo code for startups, and for the startups they posted the promo code with $500 after it. But this promo code allows all of the users, and all of the users can use it. It was a bug, and next time on 1st October, company posted another promo code for startups and for $1,000, and it's also worked for all users, and they same it up. After this bug, company disable all of the promo code because it's a big money for users, 100 or $1,500, and they disabled it. Okay, how bugs can affect the stock price, and in this picture you can view stock price of in December company CD Projekt. If you're gamer, I think you know about the game The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, and their studio present new game Cyberpunk 2077. But they when the premiere after premiere in December, um, in the game founded huge of bugs. Uh, and because of the bugs, company Sony removed this game because users stated very angry, and After the situation, company CD Project Red fell by 57%, and the company fell by $6 billion. In total, the police studio turned over $2 million to gamers, and investors demand that creators of the game be fired. Yes, bugs can affect the business for like a stock price, like users' comments, and so on. Okay, I think we can move next page and talk. We talk about how it's affect, and now we need to talk why we need fix it and how we fix it. In the picture, you can view life cycle of bags. We have a state of the statuses of bags, and first status is new, and when a defect logged and posted for the first time, it's stated given as new. After we state is assigned. Once the bug is posted by the tester, the lead of the testers approves the bug and assigns the bug to the developers team or assigned to the dev team lead. Next status is fixed. Uh, Next status are fixed. Uh, I'm sorry, we removed about open status. It's a stage when the developer starts analyzing and working. It's state of about open when we create bug report and uh, programmer developers can analyze it. After fixing in the next step is fix it. Programmers fixes the fixes the bug when it's necessary. Code changes or um, can make fixed status. After the fix, we need to retest. At this stage, the tester does the retesting of the changed code which developer has given to him, check whether the defect got fixed or not. If the bug fixed, we can close the bug. If it's not working and if it still exists even after the fix, we need to reopen the bug. And in here you view three other situation when we other fix it. We have a duplicate, reject, and deferred. What is a duplicate? It's about if the bug is repeated twice or two bugs mentioned in the same concept of the bug, then the recent latest bug status is changed to duplicate. And second is about reject. If the developer feels that the bug is not genuine and the developers reject the bug. Example. Example the situation when I open the bug, but after and when exploring the system, I understand it's not a bug, and myself I myself reject my bug. I'm so sorry, I'm so nervous. um I have experience when I working with the system, and we didn't have onboarding and we didn't have some documentation, and we need to explore the system. And I think we have a bug like select all button. I think we all of you know about this bug button select all, and it's not didn't show up in every time. I think it's a bug and didn't understand why it's not working. And exploring system open the bug. After I when I analyze the bug, I understand it's but this button showed up only where we set a filter and discuss about them with team, and we need to reject this bug. It was a pitch it was a feature. Okay. And next step is deferred. The bug changes. The deferred state means the bug is expected to be fixed in next release. The reason for changing the bug to this state have many factors. Some of them, the priority of the bug may be low, lack of time for the release of the bug may not have a major effect on the software. Okay, uh, I think I want to note about the types of bug after the life cycle. We have many of types of bug, but today I want to tell you about only four types and clarify by nature of testing. And first is functional of defects, functional bugs. It's bug about when our functions didn't work correctly, or doesn't work, or and example, in the system we have a login function, but when user correctly writing password and login but can't redirect it to their profile, it's a functional defect. It's like example. And next is performance defects. Performance defects about how slowly working your system. And I have a very good story and experience I have experience with the performance bug. I was worked in company who generated labels for goods traceability in Kazakhstan. And we had a customer who made a lot of orders, and in one day he made 2 million orders in hour, and our system processed his order for 2 days. It was terrible as his goods were customs for 2 days while he was waiting for our labels, because without the labels he can't import his goods in Kazakhstan. And third is and after this situation, after this bug, we fix it, optimize the process, and the situation not repeated. Third bug is usability defects. Bugs is an error that occurred while designing the user interface, so that the user interface not effective, which means the user cannot do what he or she wants to do. And it's not satisfier, which means the usage of the interface not annoying. And example, when you discuss about usability defect, it's so hard to prove it because it was behind of experience. Example, I have experience with filters. uh, I have in one project, we have a store of the products, and we have a menu of filters. And when we want to select the products, we set off some of the filters, but after the search, or after the refresh the page, if you have a low internet, after the page refresh the page, all of the set filters reset, and users need to repeat again a set of all of the filters, as this many of the filters types. And we discuss it about with the team, and thinking is usability bug with a major priority. Okay, next bug is security defects. Security bugs is very danger bugs, and all of the dev team, all of the QA team, software development team, afraid them because security bugs have a consequence as a big fine and data breach, and the company gets slammed in on the social media, loss of the users, hackers can attack and rob of the data, personal data, business data, and sell in the darknet, for example. Okay. After the found the bug, we need to analyze before write bug report, because if you analyze the bug, you can understand where is the bug and how slow bug. Common features of all bug amazing methods, analyzing bug analyzing methods, is ask questions for you back. As example, your bug need to answer the question what. The found bug should be defined and classified. Then example, functional bug, usability bug, and so on, so forth. And they answer the question where exactly was the bug taken. This data will be useful for software developers who are going to fix the bugs. And we need to answer a question when. It is important to know the exact time or release of phase at which error was detected. Example, this error may appear after changes, or it may be related to framework updates, and so forth. The answer the question, an important question in this line, is how and why. The analyze may help you realize how to bug appeared and why it happened. Answering this question help you get to core of the problem. When you ask the question, you can understand some of the things. Example, when I was a junior, I understand, when after asking the question, I understand it's a not bag, it's my mistake. um okay. uh, ask questions is the first of the step for understand bug, and second step to find where is the bug and have reproduce the bug. We need to open DevTools example and the check methods response and why it's not working, for understanding. Example, it was mistake of users, or if you didn't have, or methods crash it, example IP crash it. If For it you need to open DevTool and open networks and say you can view or save when you reproduce the back logs. You need to save logs, hard logs, and you need to save in console logs. After it, you need analyze. If you didn't not found, you need to attach the logs in a bug report. Um, when I analyze a bug, after checking methods and analyzing logs, uh, I every time checking database, because it was a problem in database, in incorrect data example, and checking in other devices, in other browsers, in other environments, because maybe it's cross browsing bug. Um, Okay, I have a situation when when with team checking search field, testing search field, and we didn't understand why we didn't found a product when we search, and one of the products found it, another now not found it, and we didn't understand response of it's okay methods, it's working, and the success response. We checking in database, we checking log analysis, we didn't understand why it's not working. After after it, we checking it data. It's important, I think, fast, before start testing you need to check your data. In our situation, one of our teammates changes data in UI, and after changing UI, not indexing in with API, and without indexing, products didn't found it, and then didn't understand it for search field, and is not updated in the database. Okay. And I think it's important in this slide is, you when you analyze the logs, you can find all of the problems here what you wanna found. Okay. After analyze, we need to write bug report. Is It's help understand for programmers, dev tools, what need to fix. If you're not writing bug report, program says will to you like this. Okay. uh, about bug report. Bug report is like our passport in same of us, bugs like same of us. Example, in passport we have a name, and bug report has a name. In our passport we have a ID, and bugs have ID. Bugs have attachment, we have a photo example. We have an address, bugs have localization, environment example. And I think personal passport and the back report is same. Okay. If the report is not clear and understandable, the bug will not get fixed. The best tester is not the one who finds the most bugs. The best tester is the one who gets the most bugs fixed. And our mission is fixing bug. Okay. Before talking about bug report, I want to tell you about severity and priority. What is it? We clarified bugs by severity and priority. And uh, severe. What is the severity? Severity is about how bug affect to system. And example is key feature, and if it's not working, it's very be critical, and it's be critical um, severity and organ priority. Example and about priority. Examples are so in future. Okay, what is a priority? Priority is about how we need to fix a problem faster. And we example and I wanted today tell you about four types of bugs. Example, we have a organ priority and a critical severity. Example, key feature doesn't work, and is a break flow, and break system is a very huge problem, and a blocker bug. And example, we have a non-critical severity and but organ purity. As an example, company logo is wrong color, um, and it's affected for brand, and it's a very bad situation, but is not critical for system. And another one, when we have a severity with critical but low priority. Features rarely used doesn't work. It's low priority. Why? Example, changes in profile. With in statistic, users not rarely changes the data in his profile, but it's critical because it's affected to the system, but it's not rarely used, so it's a low priority. And last one is when the caption and image of writing is a wrong font. It's non-critical and not low priority in this in the back system. Okay, now I think we need to talk about tools for bug report, and uh, we have tools for reporting and tracking bugs. Example: Jira, Track, Redmine, Bugzilla, Bugnet, Backlog, Mantis. And if you didn't have bug tools, you can simply use Excel. And now I wanna show you. Now I want to show you how we can write in Jira in real time. Example, I created testing dashboard with the bug in our bugs in to do. Example I created already, and we have bugs application name. We have a bugs name. We have automated generated by Jira number of bugs, the ID number of bugs, and we have a severity in here, description, and step to reproduce. How programmer can reproduce the bug for understand. And we have an actual and the expected result. Actual result, what we got, and expected result, what we need. And in Jira you can write so on environments about area path, what you found the bug, and the version, and example version of your browser, what you use it, and so on. You can add attachments. Example, screen of bug, or logs, or recorder file. And in here you can set status, example in progress now, and priority hydras. You can set medium, low, lowest, and so forth. Assign to developer, assign to developer, or assign unsigned. And right here, and in last label is reported field, and who report the bug. Okay, and here you can write some of comments and view history, who changed the status, who write the comments, and so on, or who changed the description. Example, it's and for me, it's Jira taking tools so user friendly, and they usually use it only Jira. Okay, next one. Wait, 1 minute. Um, and next sample is in Excel. If you didn't have tool, you can simply use it Excel. Now, like in the Jira fields, description, priority, status, severity, and so on. But in Excel is not usability because you need to write manually set status, priority, and severity. You need to change manually, and you didn't have dashboard. Um, you didn't have actual status and time for fix. Okay, and you need to attachment like with link, and I think it's not usability. Okay, we can uh, wait a minute, please. Mhm. And when we writing bug report and a bug report is a tool that you use to sell the programmer on the idea of spending your time and energy to fix a bug. And after we writing the bug report, we need to send status fix or close or rejected. Example, programmers didn't like, and usually programmers didn't like bugs and didn't want to fix them. Cause one of the cause is when you fix one bug, you introduce several new bugs. Is a is a real situations in life. And and today we want to tell you about tips how to explain the bug to a programmer, and it's a usual situation when testers wanna when testers tell programmer it's a bug, but testers answer no, it's a feature. Okay. Oh, sorry. In first, what we need to first to understand programmer is a bug. We can open requirements or a link in Jira stories example, requirements example. Yeah, you just can link or if programmer if developer can't reproduce bug, and you can do meet and understand and can help to reproduce the bug. If programmer didn't understand bug and I didn't for and see he think it's not bug, need to discuss with product manager or product owner for understand this bug not bug. If example is usability bug is a problem for all of the testers because you need to prove with your experience what it bug. And I think in like the situation we need to discuss with team. Okay, and how motivating the bugs to bugs fixing, and in many projects bugs we very much and with the minority with minor is low severity bugs was have a lot but not fixed. And some things that will often make programmers want to fix a bug is meeting with the development team once a week to discuss only about bugs, and QA team can present bugs and to sell bugs and like worse, just sell bugs. Next, you can implement pair programming methods for hard bugs. I love example. I love this method, pair programming, because it can be faster and you can understand simply if other programmer can help you, or if and it's this situation you can use only not or two programmer. You can help programmer for understand code, for find the bug, and pair programming with the QA example. And third situation is motivate them to write paper on interesting errors they fix. And next is ask them why they didn't want to fix conductors and the conductor survey to understand the problem. And each sprint and last one is helps to cheer up the team. Each sprint take a summary of who fixed the most bugs and award the title of King of Fix or Bug Hunter example. It's just for funny, I think, but it can help cheer up the team, I think. Um, and and our very interesting uh, and our interesting type of our is. I'm so sorry. And our subtopic is metrics by bugs and why we need to use it, and why we need to track bugs, and why we need to use tools. In the picture, you can view formula of the metrics, defects by priority, percentage, and the percentage defects by severity. If you didn't have tools like Jira, you can doing all in manual and doing this math with a formal and understand how percentage of defects. But I usually love use pie charts, example tools for understand where the gap. In if you visualization the metrics, you can easily understand and easily to present for your customers where is the gap, and or where you good in the software. Yeah, example in here you can view two pie chart is first one severity, second is purity, and we can understand this blocker bugs is not much, and but high priority bugs is very much for 15% is a much for sprint, and so on. Defects by severity like this, we can understand what the bugs be closed and what bug can be open, and in testing what is not fixed. And next of metrics for by bugs is time for fix. Example, what need to find to understand what time need for fixing the bug, we can use formal average time for development team to repair defects. For it, we need a formula total time taken for bug fix divided to number of bugs. And after next metrics is fixed bugs. For understand how percentage of bugs fixed in this sprint, we can use this formula, and it can help understand for how many bugs was will fix it and was fixed in next sprints example, and to understand KPI of programs example or testers. And three other bugs and the three other metrics by accepted bugs, rejected bugs, and deferred bugs. It's about resolution of closed bugs. You can view it's simple formulas for three, and you can view in here pie chart for them. Example, I doing pie chart for it, and we can understand how many. How many bags was duplicates, and why example if we have a very much duplicate bags is for us a red flag for understand why it's not why it's duplicate so much. Maybe it's problem with communication, and we if we have a much of rejected bags, it's can help it's to us improve why our bags rejected. Maybe we didn't have description requirements, or we have problems with delivery example, and so on. Okay, and you can use this methods for understand KPI of your QA team example in second diagram. And so interesting metrics is and useful effect metrics is defect leakage and defect removal efficiency GRA. First metrics is defect leaking is metric which is used to identify offensive of the QA testing. How many defects are missed during the QA testing? Suppose during development and QA testing we have defined 100 defects. After the QA testing, during alpha and beta testing, and the user's client identified 40 defects, which could have been defined during the QA testing is fast. Example in here we have a situation we have only 40%. Okay, in second oh sorry in second metric is defect removal efficiency is used to identify the test effectiveness of the system. Suppose during development and the testing team we have defined that 100 defects, and users defined 40 defects which could have been defined during the QA testing phase. It's like first, but defects leakage is about how affects the testing in QA. Okay, and uh, why we need to fix problem in first stage of development, and why you can view in diagram, as error moves the through of software development life cycle, the cost of addressing the system increases. It's always more cost effective to fix them earlier. And I wish you find the bugs in earlier. Okay, problems of bug. When you found back in production after release, what we need to, if bug is not major and not critical, not blocker, you can just reproduce the defect, receive as much information as possible, find the cause of the defect, indicate time when the defect should be fixed, check if the defect has been fixed, analyze why this has happened, and after doing brainstorm with the team why it's happened and what we need to do in future it's do not happen. If you have a blocker and high severity and a critical bugs, you need to do backup of release. Okay, we're talking about bad bugs, and talking about how affect the business. But some of the times, bugs can turn to useful feature and or key features. Example in the picture in the slide, you can view three situation. Is first situation about from our Gmail, and the feature unsent. Uh, and feature and set saved me several times as I can think of. Example, Gmail takes 5 seconds to process an email. This life-saving features for original back. But the team found nice way to out by converting it into useful feature under. And second feature about Linux. If you user Linux, I think you usually use it this feature hidden files in Linux. I usually use it this file feature because and I love it. In first, but this key feature in first was a bug, and it was not fixed, and they doing is feature. And so a third one is last one about the game Super Mario. I think in your childhood you was a game it. And if you remember the game, you know was that when you hit the blocks with the Mario's hit, you can earn one or multi coins. But it wasn't never meant to be multi coins block, so the program fixed it and designers added it back. In my experience, I have the same situation when we doing some of the not neat search field, but after discuss with the customers it was a good feature for them, and it was a feature, not a bug. And bugs have a feeling. If you find a bug, report it. Bugs don't like to be forgotten, and get to know them. Bugs like to be understood. If you find a bug, take a photo. Bugs like to be kept memorized of the occasion. And if you find a bug, get to know their mates. Bugs are satellites, and report it quick. Otherwise, bugs settle and eat and make a home for themselves. And be honest, bugs don't like gossip. If you find a bug, note how you meet them. Bugs are romantics. And if you find a bug, don't ignore it. Bugs can bite if you're not applicated. And we can conclude our present tech talk. And last, I want to say you bugs is not equality to incompetence. In Italian have word ci non fa no, non fa la. It's been he who does nothing, make no mistakes. It's impossible to do software without bugs. Just do your best. And second, bugs are not always bad. Sometimes bug can be feature. Just discuss and be creative. And third is a well-written bug report will help the team find the bug faster. And if you want to make friends with a developer, write a good bug report. Bug report is a tool that you use to sell the programmer on the idea, spending your times and energy to fix a bug. Bug reports are your primary work product as tester. Um, this is what people outside of testing group will most notice and most remember of your work. The best tester, and I wanted to again tell about it, the best tester is not one who finds the most bug. The best tester is one who gets the most bugs fixed. And metrics are your friends, not your enemies. Don't avoid them. Just use it for improve your team, you improve your software process, and do happy your customers. Thank you for your attention. Uh, if you have question, you can write and write you in comments your situation with interesting bugs and your experience when you found a bug, when you fight the bugs and was a bug hunter.
Yes, thank you, Mulder. It was very interesting tech talk. I knew from your tech talk about a lot of cases, about a lot of bugs that I didn't know about. And yes, please write in the chat your cases, your bugs, interesting mystical bugs. And we are waiting for your questions. But we have some questions that came for us before for our email. And first of this question, what bugs are hard to find? Can
For me, it's back with I think large bug is to localization bugs with when we can't localization and is not over time. Example.
Okay, and how to solve bugs with the grammatical errors, issues, how to put for the priority, severity for
Oh,
these bugs?
about grammatically bugs
Yes,
visualization.
grammatical
Yeah.
errors, yes.
Oh, it's I've and usually these bugs, if it don't affect the brand, it's very low priority and severity. It's not affect the system. It's not affect the business, and it not not break a flow, but it's affect the brand. If you, an example, if I found the bug in site, example in grammatically, I didn't like it, and so I have experience is not clearly maybe programmers or the QAs and doing and the grammatical bugs in severity low, but it not to fix if it's faster if you have time.
Okay, thank you. And the next question, what is bug statistic used for?
Can you repeat, please? I didn't hear you. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now here.
What is bug statistics used for? When we can use statistics for about bugs,
Oh,
this metrics
metrics.
that you showed?
Ah,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, okay. I'm in my experience. I usually use it defects by block it with defects percentage because it's still about us how many problems can get in this print and what time we need to fix in the future. Example, if you have a like the situation and need to understand for we can release a product in new version or not, and I usually use it blocker defects percentage and use usually um, data leakage for understanding how effectively working with QA and for understand how can be comfortable user feel in our system and resolution defects percentage because we need to understand why we example I told about it why we need why we have many duplicates example in was I have experience with the team. We have two teams, one core team and we have next second team for customizing, and we duplicate bugs very much, and for fix the problem we started to do access for other uh, Jira and tracking duplicators with others in the
Okay,
team.
thank you for your answer. We have another question, but we are waiting for your questions in the chat. Please write your questions, your thank you words for Mulder. Don't hesitate to send pages. Yeah, we have another question before. Can you please go to question slide? Yes. Another our question about you said about case when need to prove that it's bug or not a bug for developer. Can you please say your case from your experience? Yeah, when you proved that it's a bug, not a feature.
Oh, it's very hard. And for understand the programmer what's the back. In this situation, I just link it. I just show it requirements or show example. It's a usability bug. I show the other sites, other website systems who like us, same us, and show how they work it. And example, it's functions. We for business we need to talk with project manager in usually some of the projects we using the tips with the talk with project manager product owner for understand bug or not bug. But you can do example proof you can do record or doing survey for users if you have a working with b2b or b2c. If you have working with the b2b, you can ask the customers, ask what they need, and programmers can fix it if it's usability bug. If the requirements if it's write it in requirement, you can just prove with requirements. And for without the questions and the closes the bugs, you can just mm, link it in Jira example.
Okay, great. I don't see any other comments. Maybe I missed them. But if it's all, let's move to the next slide. We want to announce upcoming event. It will be requirements analysis and testing. Now in the chat you will see link. You can already start to register for this event. And there Tatiana will tell about requirements analysis and testing of it. And we will wait for this in this event for you. Thank you, Mulder, again. It was very good tech talk. And we are
Thank you.
waiting for badges from you to Mulder. Thank you, Mulder. Thank you all. Goodbye. See you.
Thank you all. Yeah, goodbye.